Hello, we are the SpaceX fans and welcome to the SpaceX Show, the place where you can stay up to date with everything SpaceX. Starting this video, the third launch of 2022 was scheduled for Monday local time but delayed to Tuesday local time. SpaceX tweeted with more favourable weather conditions for liftoff and booster recovery now targeting Tuesday, January 18th at 7:04 PM Eastern Time for Falcon 9's launch of Starlink satellites. Then, very early this morning, SpaceX launched another Falcon 9 with Starlink satellites for the Starlink 4-6 mission.
0. Ignition and liftoff.
The booster which launched the mission, B-1060, then landed successfully on the drone ship as short full of gravitas.
There on the middle of the drone ship.
Jonathan McDowell posted a tweet related to Starlink satellites. He said, a bad batch? Starlink launch version 1.0-L22 consists of 60 satellites launched in March 2021. 12 of them have now been lowered to re-entry after being held at 350 kilometers, not orbit raising to operational service, a 20% failure rate. There was an article posted by Ars Technica related to the effect the Starlink constellation has on astronomical observations. It says a team of astronomers has used archival images from a survey telescope to look for Starlink tracks over the past 2 years. Over that time, the number of images affected rose by a factor of 35, and the researchers estimate that by the time the planned Starlink constellation is complete, pretty much every image from their hardware will have at least one track in it. Jeff Faust posted a tweet saying NASA commercial crew manager Steve Stitch says the Crew 4 flight will be the first commercial crew mission using a booster on its fourth flight, B-1067, which also launched Crew 3, New Dragon spacecraft. Launch scheduled for no earlier than April 15th. Heading over to Boca Chica, here's a view of the orbital launch site as it progresses. People were seen giving orbital launch mount components a paint job. Lex Friedman posted a tweet about the launch tower saying the Chopsticks Tower is one of the wildest engineering designs ever. Can't wait to see it catch Starship. Musk responded with, in theory it saves landing leg mass and enables immediate reflight of an otherwise unwieldy giant rocket. Here's a view of the high bay rooftop bar that we've not seen for a while. All sections of the third level of the new wide bay have now been installed. Here's a great view of the propellant production site. Here's a view of the tanks and prototypes hanging out at the propellant production site. This cool cargo door prototype ring stack was spotted. Yesterday, SpaceX utilised their road closure and filled the GSE-4 test tank with liquid nitrogen. The tank was then tested to failure, ending with a spectacular burst followed by a sea of nitrogen. Here's a view of the GSE-4 tank remains at the launch site afterwards. Looking at the road and beach closures on the Cameron County website, there was another closure scheduled for today but that was cancelled. The closure for tomorrow is still scheduled and further dates have also been added. So hopefully we could expect some testing either tomorrow or Friday, as well as next week with Monday 24th and Tuesday 25th. Starship 20 and Super Heavy Booster 4 are still being worked on at the suborbital launch site. On the right you can see that Starship 20 has now been hooked up to SpaceX's crane. The Starship 21 tank section was seen moved out of the high bay and elsewhere in the yard. As always, I have to say thanks to both Mary, known as Boca Chica Gal, and Nick Ansuini for being out there in Boca Chica filming the amazing content. Also thanks to the NASA spaceflight team working hard behind the scenes on their videos, live streams and other space content. That's it for this episode of the SpaceX Show. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to hit the like button and leave a comment down below. If you want to stay updated with SpaceX info, make sure to subscribe and press the bell icon to get notified when I upload. Thanks for watching and have a great day.